We start off with the People Daily. The headline here is Murderous Regime. At least 10 killed, 30 hospitalized with bullet wounds in demo shutdown. And this story has been covered on page 2 and 3. There's a very devastating photo here. And this is Kamiti Road in Nairobi. It was blocked with the boulders placed by suspected looters targeting private businesses in the area. 2 supermarkets in the area lost property worth millions of shillings during yesterday's protests.
And you see this image, this is going to be the biggest traffic problem because no one took time to actually remove the boulders from the roads overnight. Meaning that that job has to be done this morning. Who's going to do it? Is it the county government? Is it the motorists themselves? Is it, what do you call them? Good Samaritans and volunteers. Hiyo kazi haijafanywa. So a lot of the traffic snarl-ups you'll experience this morning around Nairobi will be because of how dirty the roads are.
10 Nyamira MCAs lose jobs for skipping house sittings. Wacha tuangalie ni kina nani. Anasema wako 10. And this story is on page 14. Just a minute. They're here. Now they say 10 members of Nyamira County Assembly who have been attending their sessions in Bunge Mashinani yesterday lost their positions for failing to attend 8 consecutive sittings in the gazetted assembly as required by the law. Among the 10 are 2 elected MCAs, Nyambega Gisega of Rigoma and Joel Ombongi of Bokeira, who are all elected through the UPA party ticket, whose party leader is Nyamira Governor Amos Nyaribo. Others affected are nominated MCAs Martha Marua, ANC, Jendros Nafula Nyakundi of ODM, Jeraya Nyakangi of UPA, Zipora Matundura of Wiper, Elijah Abere of UPA, Edina Obara, UPA, and Beatrice Onyancha, UPA. These are the 10 Nyamira MCAs who have lost their jobs for skipping house sittings. On the top strip, the risk of Kenya missing 2027 polls deadline. And funny enough, you know, Moses Kuria, the government advisor yesterday, changed his bio and wrote, there will be no election in 2027.
He has insisted that. And you know, the risk is, and we kept on talking about it, failure to delimit and review boundaries on time, which is prescribed by the Constitution. So you go conduct an election, alafu mnakuja or amuku delimit boundaries, so this is null and void. But the Supreme Court keeps quiet until you do the election and wait for you to come.
Okay. Ruto silences streets as he blows horn for church at a state house. That's the People Daily.
All right, let's go to the Daily Nation. Still covering the 35th anniversary of Saba Saba. And big divide, that's the big headline there. On one hand, police clearing a section of Nyeri Nairobi Highway in Karatina town that was barricaded by demonstrators during the Saba Saba protests. But on this other end, a very peaceful street. And this is where traders and residents go about their normal business activities yesterday at Kibuye Market in Kisumu County. So that's a big divide between the counties that experienced the demonstrations and those that just continued with life as normal. So they say the hotspots were quite a number, about 17 of them: Nairobi, Kiambu, Kisii, Nakuru, Embu, Kajiado, Nyeri, Narok, Laikipia, Murang'a, Meru, Machakos, Kirinyaga, Uasin Gishu, Kakamega, Makueni, and Nyandarua. And you can actually see how you can map them because they even have a map of the country, and most of these are on the southern part of the country. Hapa chini, hii area hapa. Kule kwingine, nothing much was happening. Let's take a look at some of the headlines linked to these events from yesterday. Drop in affected counties. This is in comparison to what happened on the 25th of June. Business as usual for Kenyans in many parts of the country, but metropolitan and Mount Kenya counties hit hardest by the protests. Death and destruction. 11 people reported dead and tens injured as business premises in some towns are looted and burnt yet again. Police blockades, security agencies seal off Nairobi CBD yesterday. By the way, auko unaingia town uspende. Block roads across the country, inconveniencing travelers and workers. Wengine walikuwa Mombasa wakaambiwa akaeni huku kiasi. Raila's prescription, ODM chief condemns police brutality, calls for intergenerational dialogue. We called it a conclave. Over burning issues to lead to a referendum. This is a special coverage on pages 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. And page 1 as well of this paper. So So the Nairobi shutdown, the number of people who died, 30 counties did not take part in this protest yesterday. The Nairobi blockade. Jana Governor Sakaja angejua it would have been the best day to wash the streets properly. Hakukuwa na mtu town ata. Protests moved to the estates. Yes, Kiambu town and areas like Roysambu. So on page 6 and 7, there's a nice pictorial of the events that happened, sections of Thika Road. Some of those who are injured there being transported to hospitals. And then page 8, we have Raila there calling for dialogue. 17 counties in total. On the back page of this paper, Kenya's 15s fight for World Cup ticket. There's a 2025 Rugby Africa Cup. The 15s aside, Simba's play home team Uganda in quarterfinals of the African qualifiers at Nelson Mandela Stadium in Kampala from 4 p.m. this evening. All right, and that's the Daily Nation.
The Standard, brute force. Once again, fear. The government unleashed brute force on Kenyans exercising their democratic right to protest, sealing off the capital and major towns. The razor wire fences around state houses in Nairobi and Mombasa and the Houses of Parliament exposed a leadership so fearful of its own citizens that it would rather confine them to their homes than hear their grievances. Now, the police, now seemingly President Ruto's last line of defense, killed at least 10 Kenyans, adding to the mounting toll of innocent lives lost. This crackdown comes just days after The Economist warned that Ruto is taking Kenya to a dangerous place. And this story has been covered on page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13.
Plus page 1.
Plus page 1.
That's 14 pages. Standard now, Pia.
They're overworking. On the front page, there's a police officer here firing a gunshot. Now I may capture vizuri sana. Someone left, a police officer fires at protesters at the Kasarani roundabout on Thika Road during Sabasaba Day demonstrations in Nairobi yesterday. And there's a photo here of protesters tending to a man shot by police in Nairobi's Kangemi estate. There was a video yesterday taken in, I think that was Rongai, of police officers dragging, a body of a dead man. They had shot him. So they were dragging him like a sack of waru inside the police station. And they're just watching.
Very sad indeed.
Tukiangalia ndani, page 2, photos of the protest, the barricades placed across the country here, across various regions. Protest fear grips state as silent streets speak louder. Police clampdown cost Nairobi economy 10.4 billion shillings. Businesses shut as police battle protesters in Kiambu and Machakos. 3 journalists attacked while covering protest. These are foreign and local journalists who are covering Sabasaba Day protest along Thika Road. They say Citizen TV reporter Kamau Mwangi, a videographer, James Maina, and Kameme TV reporter Wahu Ngugi were attacked yesterday. Business paralyzed as demos fever spreads in counties. Kisumu was calm. Police accused of blocking healthcare workers and emergency services. I also saw there's a woman who gave birth near Uber yesterday. The roadblocks that sealed Nairobi, we were told no one gets in. Police.
The irony is that the PS for Public Service had just a day before instructed all civil servants to report to work as usual.
Transport hitters, Matatu sector counts 800 million shillings loss. Travelers from Western run into dead end. 3 decades on, Sabasaba descends into blood and silence. How one-time chance stopped SGR train. Hawa ni wale walifungiwa kule.
Unajua walienda hiyo summer tide wakaanza kuchant one time. Wakaambiwa mtarudi. Mutakaa huku.
CS Ruku's threat fails to bite as most civil servants avoid offices. And the government's call to work on Sabasaba Day was overshadowed by protests that paralyzed the city. Many public servants stayed home, wary of violent clashes, disrupted transport, and past incidents of unrest.
Curiously, the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga had said he will be at Kamukunji. Then later called a press conference kusema, oh, the roads have been blocked, so I can't go to Kamukunji. Lakini akasema sasa anataka conclave.
Na hiyo imekasirisha sana Wakenya. Nimeambiwa kaa chini. On the back page, all right, on the back page, actually, it's just the front page. They say scared government brute force. That's the Standard.
Kifungo jijini ndio habari kuu kwenye ukurasa wa mbele wa Taifa Leo. Anasema shughuli za kwama Nairobi na kwingineko baada ya wakazi kufungiwa ndani, pia majeruhi na vifo vyaripotiwa. Ilikuwa siku ya mshtuko, hasara na jinamizi baada ya raia kuzuiwa na polisi kuingia maeneo ya kazi na biashara. Nairobi magari na umma hayakuhudumu. Waendao kwa miguu wakapekuliwa, huku kivuli cha ujambazi na uhuni kikitanda kote. Anga mtu mmoja aliuawa Kitengela na mwingine Olkalao, huku wengine wengi wakijeruhiwa, wakiwemo 5 Kisii waliofumwa na mishale. Serikali ilifaulu kuzima maandamano. Habari kamili kwenye kurasa wa 2, 3 na 4. Vidokezo zaidi: Kindiki ya Rais suluhu za amani si fujo. Kwingineko viongozi wa upinzani mitini siku ya Sabasaba hawakuonekana ng'o. Na kaunti za Nyanza zatulia Sabasaba. Walisema hawa wako na hiyo nguvu. Pale juu mbwembwe chache siku ya Kiswahili, huku tulikuwa tatia gas. Hiyo siku ya Kiswahili tukasahau kiasi. Na Arsenal yakubaliana na Gyökeres. Masuala ya spoti. Gazeti la Taifa Leo.
The Star beach allure MCA's county chiefs splash millions in Dubai. From county halls to fun and malls, how public cash is spent.
I like the fact that the Star has no mention of what happened yesterday at all.
Story on page 4 to 5. Top spenders on foreign travel in 9 months. The counties are here. Nakuru, top of the list at 57.32 million shillings, followed by Nyeri, 55.61 million. Actually, it's not even Nakuru at the highest. We have Kitui at 66.38 million, Lamu 76.09 million, Mombasa 59 million, Machakos 88, and Nairobi 229 million.79 shillings. Top spenders on foreign travel in 9 months. This story is on page 4 and 5. Executive defies MP's order on audit queries, and Parliament is being systemically ignored by institutions it oversees. In the executive, a report by the Auditor General shows, and it is emerging that government agencies continue to disregard audit recommendations with near impunity. Despite clear legal mandates and repeated directives, the entities are feared to be creating a culture of financial mismanagement that costs billions. Only 21% of parliamentary audit recommendations have been fully implemented, the report by the Auditor General shows. Hunger crisis grows worst in East and Central Africa. Today being a Tuesday, the Star is not for sale. There's a commentary there. How Opio and I tackled embarrassing nationwide blackouts. And court upholds sentence of father who beat to death toddler daughter. Fresh, independent, different. The
Star today also comes with that complimentary copy of MyGov for government tenders and jobs. Grab yourself a copy of the Star. Fresh, independent, different. Hata wana mention hata ndani ya maandamano ya Sabasaba hata. Business Daily shutdown hit 17 counties with 18 billion shillings daily GDP. He said businesses closed as police barricade roads, streets. NSC defies protests, posts 18.2 billion shilling gain. And for the first time, the entire front page of the Business Daily talks about maandamano. We have pictures there of police barricading sections of roads in some parts of the country. And they even break down on the daily county GDPs, with Nairobi having lost 7.852. Kiambu next, Nakuru, all the way till Laikipia. Wote hakufanya kazi. On the Tika, ranch wrangles stole Devki Tycoon's iron ore mine plan. A storm is brewing over the allocation of iron ore rich land to Devki steel mills at Kishushe Ranch in Taita Taveta County as management wrangles escalate. And CBK mops up 3.8 billion shillings liquidity from banks. And that's the Business Daily.
All right. The state of the nation.